From our studios in the Motor City, this is Autoline. Here now is John McElroy.
Welcome back to our discussion right now with Rick Wagoner, the chairman of General Motors, sitting here in the heart of the Renaissance Center, the corporate headquarters for GM. Rick, there's a lot of uncertainty in the American market right now. I mean, you know, we've got the financial meltdown, we got oil prices skyrocketing, car sales were down a lot. I think we were at an annualized rate of only 15.4 a month ago. What's your outlook? Where's things going here this year?
Obviously, as we look over the next few months, looks pretty uncertain. I would have to say that if you'd have told me a couple years ago we'd be facing the circumstances we are today with kind of the financial markets meltdown, the oil prices is high, I would have said, boy, that sounds like a pretty tough environment. I probably wouldn't have guessed that industry sales would have been as good as they are, as tough as that is. So I guess there's a little bit of a silver lining in that cloud. But you know, our profile within the company has been, hey, we need to keep investing in the future. We talked about spending and hiring battery and hybrid engineers and stuff like that. So we're trying to keep the important stuff on track. But our profile has been, let's get production in line with demand. Let's keep inventories under control. Let's cut out the non-essential expenses. And so it's fair to say we're pretty buckled down right now. Our belief is that, you know, if you look at some of the liquidity measures we've seen injected into the economy, obviously this fiscal stimulus that'll be forthcoming here soon from the tax rebates, that all suggests that eventually the economy should come back. But I tell you, while we're sitting in the midst of this, you know, raging storm, it's kind of hard to believe that the sun's going to shine one of these days. So our profile within the company is just batten down the hatches, keep doing what's important for the future, but don't do what you don't need to do. And you know, we're going to have to just kind of get through it until the sun does begin to peek out a little bit.
You've got some great products out in the marketplace right now. Some of them are selling terrifically. The new CTS looks like it's off to the races here.
Oh, yeah.
Some are doing okay, which kind of surprises me because the cars are so much better than just okay. Specifically, you know, the Aura got Car of the Year.
Right.
It's selling all right, but not like I thought it might, and probably not like you guys thought it would. Same with the new Malibu. It's pretty strong, but my perception not as strong as it should be. You got the product right. What's it take to really get the sales going? Other than I recognize, you know, we're in a weak market right now.
A strong market would help, that's for sure. But now, actually, I think your read on the R is correct, and we can come back to it. Malibu's actually pretty strong, though. If you look at the turn, I mean, it's moving very, very well. And we're ramping up production a lot and selling into a tougher market. But I'd say so far, the feedback I'm getting from dealers, in fact, I was with a group just last weekend, was a lot of enthusiasm and please get me more cars. So I think that's going to prove...
Stay tuned. The momentum's building in that one, you think?
Momentum's strong and the turn rate's been strong. So we feel very, very good about the Malibu. The Aura, let's talk about that, though, because I think we did a great job on the car, but it does highlight we need to really get good alignment between outstanding cars in every sense, which is important. It's the fundamental of our business. But you also need to have your distribution channel ready to go, and Saturn, of course, is a smaller channel and had been sort of selling at different and lower price points at that channel, and their customer base had kind of gotten used to that. And you got to really do a great job in launching the car into the marketplace. And Malibu, we were advantaged by the fact that it wasn't a new name, as Aura was. And we put a lot of resources behind Malibu to make sure people knew that we had a new one, and we had some great quotes from a number of the automotive enthusiast press that could really bolster the car. And so it just highlights to me that doing great cars and trucks is critical, but you got to get the other pieces of the business lined up too. And you know, we don't do everything perfectly in the company. We do as best we can, but we try to learn every time. And because we do so many new cars and launch so many, we get a lot of cycles of learning. So our responsibility is to do a better job each time.
And you're changing a lot, as you mentioned, putting Pontiac and Buick and GMC sort of together. I just drove the Pontiac G8. As I told you, I was knocked out by how good the car is. How do you see all that coming together, Pontiac, Buick, GMC, and how will that work, do you think, as a combined outlet?
I think it's going to be good. You know, what's important for us, we need to recognize that we have a structure for where the dealer has a chance to make money, because then they can reinvest and treat customers the right way. It became clear over time that we just couldn't do enough products to have very distinctive brands and standalone channels for every one of our brands. So we've been on this consolidation of first Pontiac and GMC and now Buick really over the last 5 years. We're well down the road, and we really want to kind of get that in order over the next couple of years. Now, we're also we've announced it in ADA that we're going to put more effort also behind getting our luxury channel aligned, which is obviously led by Cadillac, but going to over time try to work to get better alignment Saab and Hummer stores with Cadillac dealers, so we get a little more flexibility and enable those dealers to have a chance to make some more money. But you know, if we do that, then we'll basically have 4 channels, two big ones, obviously Chevy the big one, the Pontiac Buick GMC, a good-sized channel, a good-sized luxury channel with Cadillac and Saab and Hummer, and then Saturn, a more specialty channel, but also one which, you know, we have a different marketing approach and fewer dealers. So we think as we move and get those in place, we're going to be able to do a lot better job with products that really fit each brand, and our retailers being able to have a good profit opportunity.
Real good. Well, Rick Wagoner, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me. Great having you on Autoline.
Thanks, John. Always great to be with you. Thanks very much.
Well, good. I'll be back in a moment with some closing thoughts.
Stay tuned. Autoline